What keeps the heartbeat of a community alive? Is it the courage to create, the power to connect, the vision to transform? Well, it's all of this and more. It's a symphony of ideas, innovation, and industry. But where do these stories come alive? It's right here on The Isle, 104.9 FM, the station where dreams meet action and growth finds its voice. The Isle, 104.9. Business, economy, development. Stay tuned.
Afrobeats is a classic overnight success story, except it didn't happen overnight.
I'm happy to be here. One of the key things about the Omniverse is that it's designed to go beyond an event and designed to be fully something that people can engage beyond the summit. The point being that Nigeria has so much to bring to the world in terms of these things, but we will be bringing fresh energy, fresh ideas, a fresh engagement, and we're obviously open to collaboration. But hip-hop, it never dies. What's the difference between Thor and Shango? Thor is approaching $50 billion in revenue. Shango's broke somewhere outside Lagos. And that's a lack of imagination on our part, Africa, and they're all Nigerian. So to be seen and to be noticed is very hard if you're not in the place where all the noise is being made.
Welcome to the show once again this week on the amazing and lovely Inside Life, the show where we talk to our veterans, we talk to our pioneers in the music game and catch up with them with what's going on in their lives, and also, more importantly, take stock of how these icons have set the pace ahead of whatever it is that is going on right now. We'll get into that conversation. But before we do, we'll have an extra special guest in the house. When we return, we'll be introducing you to them. Stay here, it's Inside Life. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to Inside Life. My name is Hans Mba. And quickly, we'll jump right on to introducing you to our guests in the building. So today, as usual, a special show on Inside Life. We have the one, the only. This is the part where you hear the drum roll. Slight pause. Black Reverends and
AKA Ayanga Boys.
Yes, I am.
Black Reverends, it took us forever to get these men into the studio. And so you can tell how important and how special today is. To my immediate right is the one you know as Wesley.
Yeah.
And to the far right,
Shop 2.
you know his name already. His head precedes him. The one, the only Sub 2. You've seen him in movies. We're going to talk about that as we get into the crux of the matter today.
Yeah, that's fine.
Black Reverends, welcome to Souq News Television and our show Inside Life.
Thank you so very much. We're glad to be here. We're honored.
A pleasure.
I still feel a bit starstruck when I remember the things you guys have done. I'm from the old school, right? And I remember Ayangba Girls Are Dangerous. It was a national anthem. I'm talking 2000.
Yeah.
Right?
Precisely.
What was behind that song? Tell us the full story, from naming it, from the conception of the beats, from the lyrics, from the dance to the dance steps. Please talk to us about that song as we begin this.
Actually, Ayangba is a street language
Okay.
for girls, wayward girls.
Okay.
But Ayangba actually was 1999
So a year before, usually, well, you would have
What?
cooked and taken all that time to cook up everything,
Yeah,
drop it
but
when people get it.
2000 was the video.
Uh,
That's why you see in 2000. So then it was a military area. And, I say we have to do it as a satire. Because you cannot face, actually, it's a way of talking to the leaders then. But we cannot talk directly. Then we'll move you straight.
we know as they go.
So the thing we now did is we kind of do like Animal Farm. We satirized it by calling Ikebe gone. Ayangba are the leaders. They are dangerous. They use Ikebe, collect your money by force. The gun. And nothing you go do because they're dangerous. You understand? So it's a satirized song. And ladies are getting a wrong conception about our view. It's not like we are insulting the ladies. If you hear the lines, it says, Eyo, Eyo, and baby, waiting you define. Enter hotel, go meet Ayangba, you get bad mind. A guy that goes to a motel to go and catch phone. If Ayangba finish with you, you go 2 days late. So we're looking at our leaders. Yes. When they get to the post, they tell you all sweet words. But when they get there, they do what they want. If you come and knock the door, they bang the door at you. You understand? You can't do anything. If you go, they tell someone to pick you up.
Now, we're talking about this. One of the reasons why we had to have this conversation. Did you feel that this message was hot at the time? Or you felt people got it much later on?
I think it was at that point in time. We've had series of interviews where we said this, but the depth, the meaning of the song wasn't really hitting the people because of the beat. Okay, we have the intention of doing the song to hit at the leaders and the situation then, but we had to model after a popular song, the Busta Rhyme.
Yes.
So a lot of people were carried away with the beat, and then the video, and then the dance step. And so regardless of the message you pass, it was a club banger. Party shaker, you go everywhere, and Yamba was virtually everywhere. But you can see that no matter how much you go to interviews and let people know that this song, don't take it literally the way we have delivered it. It's deeper than what you think. We're trying to call our leaders a young man, say they will use Ikebe, which is the gun
to collect your money
by force. Nothing you could do because they're dangerous, but no, it didn't matter anymore.
It's just the groove.
Just the dance, the groove, the cruise, like they call it these days. So.
And I feel like it's one of the things that's affecting our music right now.
Exactly.
So what you were addressing at that time,
yes, sincerely,
has it changed from what's happening right now? What do you think?
Is
it any different?
Basically, no.
Anyway, change is permanent. You cannot play music, but I know way back we are conscious musicians. We think deep before delivering any lines.
No,
we want to make like people.
Back then, that was some of the attributes of the artist back then.
True.
Yes.
You write your song from home. You go to the studio with your book,
you give
lyrics
thoughts.
book.
Yes.
It's the song that you sing to the producer that brings the beat out.
Right.
These days is the other way around. The beat is ready. Then they call you to come to the studio. You go to the studio, you listen to a beat, and then the beat just moves you, and then you put melody. So by the time you put the melody to that rhythm, to the beat, lyrics don't matter anymore. You've not sat down to critically think, to say, okay, we're going to put the song and address this corruption, and address this and that. No deep thinking. It's just, you go to the beat, you go to the studio, you hear the beat. Hey, can just find your ways go down. Your ways go. Music don't ready. It's not how it used to be for us.
Incidentally, I saw a clip. I think it was New York Times. I saw a clip yesterday, and they were talking about. It was a key question. They were like, "What has destroyed the art of writing?"
Exactly.
So I remembered it from what you're saying about how the beat is there ready for you, and you come in and you freestyle. It breaks my heart. You freestyle on the beat. You just go, and you see, when you say freestyle, I know not a lot. Freestyle is also a skill.
It is.
Like you have it or you don't.
Yes.
So when people are like, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? They're like, while practicing freestyle. I say, you can't practice freestyle.
Don't practice freestyle.
It will not sound. I know someone that he freestyles. He's talking about everything in the room. He's consistent. He's on beat.
Spontaneously.
When he finishes, and you ask him what did he just say, he doesn't know.
Doesn't know.
When you put another beat, he continues. So I said, listen, you can't do this. So when artists get, like what you're saying, piggybacking on what you're saying, when artists get in the studio and they begin to freestyle without thinking. Because many times you have to write, cancel, think about it, write, cancel.
Yes.
Could it be why a lot of people think that music has lost its way in Nigeria? Your genuine thoughts.
I'm sure you've seen the video of Buju Banton and what he said about Afrobeat. 100% spot on. And maybe you haven't seen the video. You haven't seen the video?
Please.
Buju said Afrobeat is fuckery. That was his exact language. That it has no substance and it cannot last. That they say nothing meaningful and it's just about money and drink and women.
But actually, that's not Afrobeat.
You know, there's a difference.
Thank you.
Since we're going there, you know, there's one with the S.
There's Afrobeat.
There's one with the S.
Which is what Fela
came with.
did.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's Afrobeat. Now there's Afrobeats.
With the S.
Okay, with the S.
With an S. So that's a collection of African kind of music. It's called Afrobeat, like Afro rhythm, which is what none of these Afrobeats musicians, as a matter of fact, sing Afrobeats.
No, of course. They just
No. Let's get some straight.
like I said, changes from
different kinds of entities.
Yes.
You know, so
completely different.
Let's not a lot of people even know because people act like they don't, but they actually do. Let's go to what happened to you guys what happened in 2007 when I fight. Like say, when a woman went on this band, you went into movies. So too, you went into movies, and Wesley, you got serious with your record label and your studio. What happened?
Nothing.
You can't say you cannot say.
Nothing really.
You can't say you cannot say.
No, nothing really serious. It's just at a point in time, the record. Let's say this was even start from the record label. You know, where you see like they're not really serious about pushing and taking the artists to the studio and investing more and trying to promote them. And when the record label itself don't come relax, you said you look at the whole thing and say, bro, yes, we did a hit song. It was everywhere, but commercially, how has it paid us? We say, man, make I delve into something else. You know, so like rightly said, I went to movies and tried to see maybe, you know, all entertainment.
You see, you guys have it. Because as you went into, after Yangba did what it did, you went into movies, Silver Spoon, yeah?
Silver Spoon. We were both in Silver Spoon.
And you guys, Silver Spoon hits.
Wait, sorry. We went into movie. That's why I can't picture it. We are movie actors before music.
Really?
Yes. Our first movie is called Kata.
Before 99?
1996.
Directed by Don Pedro
Baseki. Yeah.
We are DBN with Regina Askia, a lot of stars.
Really?
We what's his name? Mekwen. That's I think he's Actors Guild president and vice president now or something. So we've been actors all our life before the music. In fact, movie money gave us liberty to pay studio for Ayangba.
Wow. So how long was this before Ayangba?
96, 4 years, in 3-4 years, we now did Ayangba.
That's amazing. That's great. I'm just found
So if he's doing movie, it's what he knows how to do.
Right.
If I'm doing movie, I used to personally do comedy for DBN television. When me, a very young Don Pedro Baseki, well, Ukotokri, then Israel. There's one
Israel.
presenter way back, Israel.
DBA.
Yes, I used to produce movies for. I used to produce a movie guest. Night Shift.
Okay.
That's
This
it.
shit was big back then.
It was big. Then there's a comedy before the movie. I'm the comedian Molue. Baba Molue, like 90 years old man.
Really?
With Okpotokri, with Baba Columbia.
So what are you guys doing with that skill now? What are you doing with
It's
that?
these are things that dwell in our. We definitely were working on something.
Content creating, skits, and even trying to produce our own, set of movies and all.
And we're doing new songs as well.
Yeah, of course.
No, obviously, I know that is happening. You guys, you
New
stay
song.
working all the time. But let's also want to know how you felt, how it was at that time when you guys were like, what's the word now? Your names were in people's mouths at the time. You had a song that was national anthem everywhere. You had Ayangba blowing up. How did it feel? Did you anticipate it was going to happen, or it was by chance? Because I know at the time there wasn't a lot of payola going on like it is right now, and there wasn't a lot of where you would stream. Of course, streaming was not there. Where you would do streaming farms, you pay to have your song played multiple times. But I could pick some of those songs back then that blew, like organically.
Yes.
So was it planned? Was it something you guys did separately, differently?
All right. Sorry. There is this thing that actually happened.
Okay.
Way back, I think we have the new live beat
Yes.
going on. Then we just did Ayamba. We like upcoming artists. We want to go. We just want to showcase.
Just perform.
We want people to see us.
Yes.
We went to one of our godfather, Grandmaster Lee, principal of the old school. He took us. He liked the song. He listened. We go and give him. He said, "Wow, I like this song. Okay, I'll take you guys to an anniversary so someday." I said, "Okay." We went there. Upcoming artists. There's Majek Fajek. There's Orisuliki. There's
At that time.
Femi Kuti. There's
At the show,
Daddy
all
Show.
of them were there.
Everybody were there. They had name. We were there like you were new. We just sat there. We came with my grandmaster. He was on the white table where we were sitting at the audience. The next thing they say they called our name to come and perform. The owner of the program said, "No, I don't want any riffraff. Come and sit down." We went back to sit down. Master Lee took his leave that we are going. The man came to beg him and said, "Okay, let my boys perform."
That's the only way I can speak.
He said, "Okay, just one track. I said, "No problem." We started. The moment he just said, he played, I don't die.
It was just one verse.
Just
At the end of the first verse, we got into the chorus that all the superstars were there, they all got up for a standing ovation. That was where we got our
record deal. That was the first time I realized it can snap you up over 1,000 pictures. Like everybody's flashlight.
Next 5 minutes.
Everybody like,
Yeah.
Please interview. I came first. I came to you. I'm like the question you said,
How
like,
did you guys? How did you feel? Like
wow, the happiest day of my life. Can't forget.
There were plenty of moments, like that.
Yeah.
I remember I was just a fresher in the University of Lagos, and then it was when we went on break that we dropped the song. So I was just one guy, So I just came back for the second semester, and the video was out, and I was just walking around my faculty, just okay. I don't do one video; it's out there. I didn't know what's happening. The next thing was Ayanda, and the whole faculty went, "What?" The shock. The reception, the way you see, everybody in your faculty running after you, say, "Wow, I saw your video." It's mind-blowing anyway. But
so what happened with you guys? What happened to changing your name to Disrespectful 2Gs? What's that?
We never had that name.
So what happened?
it was just
Publicity stunts.
publicity stunts.
That's want to do stunts. But he did it already, man. What is it?
It sounds like what somebody I know called DJ Rough Lemon. It sounds like what he would do.
It's a mischievous,
this
guy. He's a mischievous guy. It's this like that he does.
I suspect him.
It's things like that he does.
So tell us about some of the features you have had. How was it? Did they reach out to you, or you went for them? Like the Lil Kesh remix of Ayangba. I was feeling like you would have gone for a more feature. Then also the song with Sound Sultan. How did it come about? Your features, basically.
We've been.
Because it didn't sound like you guys needed features.
We've been quite, yes. Well,
Ayangba, sorry, you come up. Ayangba has this problem, attribute of killing anything that comes around it. The name our name is Black Reverends. If you ask anybody, most people like Ayangba boys.
That's what did I say?
Anything that come around, we did a song with Alariwo, Check Yourself, criticizing the leaders of Ayangba. The name killed it. We did one Take Buru with Sounds of Time, classic video. The name Ayangba brings it down.
Shouldn't they be taking it up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Ayangba has one kind of strong vibes.
And that's something you guys should work on. You should
work
find
on
a way for it to
kill
work
it down
for you.
We've worked on it.
The name Ayangba in that song, so huge, so strong. We did a collab with Two-Face.
Yes, we did Two-Face.
Yeah, we did a collab with Two-Face. And while we're in the studio, they're trying to cook up a beat.
We did a song.
Two-Face said,
no.
do you know, this new song we go sing now, we will still put Ayangba against her. Oh, man, everything Ayangba against from when to when this one would drop. Two-Face still went.
We write the song.
This
is serious. With
this is serious. Ayangba against her before he now went to
before he got
to the chorus. It's so powerful, it's so strong, and it's been there all the years.
No matter
what you do, no matter where we go, people will still call you Ayangba boys. Say no. Now at this point, I think Black Rebel should be in the lips of people right now. But no, it's the Ayangba boys.
I am so pained that we have to come to an end of this edition of the show.
Just
promise me. Promise me you will come back when we call on you for another part.
No, surely.
Awesome.
We're a friend of the house now.
Thank you so much for coming to Souq 2. Thank you.
Souq 2. S-H-U with the B. 2.
Shop.
Yes, Shop.
Where did Shop come from, please?
From my surname.
Schreiber
is my surname.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shop 2.
So do we sign out?
And Wesley.
Are we signing out?
No, we're going to sign out now. But we will come back. That's why I said to you, we're going to come back.
Okay.
Yes. So this is a break, I wouldn't say end to Inside Life for this week. We had a beautiful session with the legends, the icons that paved the way. We're talking 90s, we're talking early 2000s, way before what you're hearing now became what we're hearing now. They are part of the people that crafted this. Find the song Ayangba and understand what we're talking about. My name is Hanson Ba. It's still Souq News Television. The show is Inside Life. We will do a part 2 on this one. Stay with us.
Hello, Nigeria. Hello, Africa. Yeah, this is Sound Man. Keep watching Souq News.
My name is Babalola from Excel LED. Keep watching Souq News.
My name is Shepherd Michael Adewale Onofuye. I enjoy you all to always watch Souq News TV.
Hi, I'm Tom Boggaballs, and please keep watching Souq News.
Wale Seriki, SLG Lagos Island East. Souq News, keep out watching them and keep a lookout for them. They're up and coming, and we're proudly to be affiliated with them.
You alone where they make me go crazy. This your love in the cool of my brain. You're my medicine, I need you all day. Yo, it's Blackface Nigeria, and you're watching Souq News TV. Keep it locked on this dial, don't change it. You know what I say? Blackface Nigeria, love no bad.
Thank you for having me, Souq News. I'm excited to be here. My name is Anna Maria Orlu. I am the current Miss Nigeria United Nations. As well as that, I am an actress, a model, and I also am the founder of Little Blessings Foundation, and we focus on orphanages in Nigeria. For me, I feel like it's about bridging the gap between like how the UN can help Nigeria and what ways we can like kind of be a part of the United Nations as a whole. I feel like every pageant queen picks a route that they go towards, right? So some people pick to bridge the gap between like health, bridge the gap, education. I've chosen to help children in orphanages. So after my last pageant, I actually was reached out to. They were like, you did a great job. I really loved how you presented yourself. Would you like to take part in this pageant? And of course I had to do my own research just to see like, is it for me? Is it not for me? I did hesitate a bit only because, you know, you need to just let it sit. I'm used to just making decisions really fast. So I like to just simmer down and kind of do my research. After that, the process was actually a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of girls from different states and just interact with them and just learn a lot from their background and a lot of the sisterhood and just having fun in that whole 1 week. It's a week process, so it's like boot camp. You're waking up, you're working out, you're visiting different places, you're doing some charity work, different segments like the swimsuit, also evening gown traditional, all of those things. So it is a week of like intense work. It's been good. I think that for me, it's all about what you can do with the crown and not necessarily like the crown, right? The person wearing the crown. What is your interest? How passionate are you? And for me, it's always been important to relate with the everyday girl. Like just because I have a crown on my head does not mean that I cannot go feed the homeless. Doesn't mean that I cannot like be in the streets doing other things with like that may not be, you know, what I live like, you know. So I definitely think that it's opened my eyes to like different opportunities as well. And just like making sure that I am sticking to what my purpose is, and which I think that that is my Little Blessings Foundation. I'm currently working on my new project called The Dream Day Out. So basically what it does, it takes children in the orphanages to like amusement parks, zoos, all the things that children don't get to do in those places because they only go to the school and come back. I want them to feel like children. I want them to be able to just not worry about the circumstances, even if it's just for like 5-6 hours. My foundation already donates clothes, shoes, school supplies already. So I just wanted to kick it up a notch and just like try something else that would just enrich their life a little bit. I think yes. For me, I was a foster kid for 10 years, and I think like I might not have got like the same childhood as everybody. Go to different things just because who was gonna fund that? You know, who was gonna take us to the zoo and the park and like things that we really wanted to do? And it was like, I feel like I didn't go to an amusement park till I was like nearly an adult. So I think with that, I wanted to just have something different. I know that a lot of people, and even in Nigeria, donate food and stuff like that, but how are we like enriching their lives? Like how are we making them like not always think about them circumstances of what they're living? Oh, that's a really good question. For me, I think that my family also have done a really good job with that as well. My dad is always in Nigeria, and he tried to instill that you're Nigerian no matter what. My mom as well. And my brother never spoke English to me when I was younger. So I was able to understand Ikwere and Igbo, which, nobody even believes that I would understand that because I wasn't born and raised here. So I think my family as a whole really just they try as much as possible to instill that, even though we didn't live together to like a certain age, they still were just like, that mental, your mom would be like, if you're around these people, they're not like you, they're not like you. Like my mom would always say that, like, you can't follow these American people, they're not like you. So I think that's always in my head that like, you're Nigerian, like, and I started coming back a lot more too. For me, it's always been anything I'm doing, I have to start at home. I have to start at home because that's where it feels right. That's the purest way to do it for me. So even though now I could go try to be Miss Ireland, but I know that I've done Nigeria first, and that's who I represent at the end of the day, always. So how I knew I could act is because I started off singing, actually. I started off singing. I thought I was going to be a singer. I was very annoying to my family. I was singing everywhere we went. My mom actually encouraged it. She'd be like, go sing at church, go sing. I loved it. And then I got into musical theater because they were like, oh, you could sing. We need somebody who could sing. And that's how I got into acting, because with musical theater, you have to act and sing. So after I was like, wow, like I love this. This is what I want to do. I want to watching yourself, it's so surreal because how other people perceive your work, so if somebody sees something that I do and they're like, oh my God, like I really like, you touched me, like I believed what you were saying. And that's the stories I want to tell. So I think like after the music theater, I was like, I want to act. Like acting is the destination, and there might be other routes, and I'm just grateful that God blessed me with other talents. Like I sing, I also dance, and modeling. I just feel like everything would lead me into like the final destination, which is acting. I actually did my first Igbo play like this year, which was, different because I've never done that, and also in LA, that's not a popular thing, right? So my last one was an Igbo play, and it was Emeka 1985. It was really, really dope. It was literally about a man who moved from Nigeria to America, and just that transition. Nobody really tells the story of how hard that could be. And for us, we don't even know because our parents did it, right? So that was a really provoking story to tell as well. I really enjoyed that. And I was also in this film called Marche. It's telling a Haitian story about like a Haitian woman, and I was the lead for that as well. There's a lot of films, and short films, feature films, movies that I've done that I feel like they always tell like provoking stories, and that's really what I love. Absolutely, and that's the main reason that after my projects with Little Blessing, I actually start filming a film on the 15th of January. My goal is to be able to work anywhere, and I don't want to just depend on Hollywood to fulfill what I need to do. If I have to be in India working, I will be there. But Nollywood has always been an interest of mine. I've had it on my goal every single year. Like, I need to be in Nollywood movies. So this is really a great opportunity for me to be here and just meet other creatives, directors, and storytellers, and really get to work here as well. I actually do. I work from home, so I have my laptop. But right now I am a social worker, but I work from home. I think that for me, just my background and my childhood, I never wanted to be a broke artist. Being an artist is so hard, where it's not stable. One day you have a role and you're working 5 days, and then another 2 months you might not have anything. You're auditioning, you're trying to get something. I just didn't want that to be my life. Like, I want to be able to help my family. I want to be able to take care of myself and not be a burden to my family. So I needed to have a job. I needed to have something that didn't demand maybe as much energy from me, where I could still kind of focus on the art as well. I would say definitely acting. If I can act every day and not have to do anything else, that's the goal. Like, that's really the goal. I'd rather not do any of those things, really. I think that entertainment has always been where I'm supposed to be. And I'm lucky enough that, like, I knew that from a young age, you know? A lot of people don't know what they want to do, and they spend a long time, like, trying to find it, explore different things. From a very young age, I already knew that, okay, you're gonna go to school, because you will not hear the end of it from your parents if you don't, but you're still gonna go and do entertainment. I think those stories, like you say, African American, they have been told a lot, and I think it's because that's people's experiences, right? A lot of people start from their experiences, and for me, I think I really want to tell a lot more about immigrant stories. I think that there's so much that happens when Nigerians or any other like immigrants leave their country and go to America, go to the UK. The things they experience, people don't even tell it enough. Like the things that my dad went through, I only know half of it. And I'm already like, whoa, this is a lot for one person. Especially Nigerians are so resilient, like they can do anything, and just to make sure that they survive in that country. So I definitely want to tell a lot of immigrant stories. I think it's really, in 2024, it's how she was treated was terrible. Like, Nigerians are everywhere. So for me, when I first saw that, I was thinking, lived in Ireland all my life. If somebody told me that I couldn't compete for Miss Ireland, why not? Why? I have been living there all my life. So I think that it definitely made me feel like, are we moving forward? Like, are we actually, like, as a society, that shouldn't be a thing in 2024. But I'm just happy that she actually went back to her people, because those are the first people who are gonna accept you first, right? And look where she is now. So I think that everything probably led her to where she was supposed to be. I think some of the misconceptions is that we're not very smart. We're just pretty, and or some of them are like, oh, they just did it just to have a crown and have the attention or whatever. And I mean, some of those things might be true for some other people, but for me, I feel like I'm a pretty regular girl. Like, I feel like I like to do the same things. One of the things I will say that people will automatically stuck up. Like, we're stuck up. We can't be in certain places. We can't talk to certain people. And that doesn't apply for me. I feel like there are places that I've been and I'm like, maybe this is not where I would like to come again, but I'm here now, so let me integrate myself. So some of those misconceptions, I think it doesn't apply to every queen. And my daily, like how I live daily, I feel like I work. I do a lot of presenting. I'm also a host, so I do a lot of red carpet events and stuff like that. So I always like to make sure that I am in the entertainment scene, because I know that that's where I want to be. I take care of myself a lot. I do work out a lot. I don't eat the best because I work out a lot, so I compensate for that. But yeah, I think I live a pretty regular life. I just take care of myself a lot. The rest part lacks. I think probably don't sleep enough, but it's just the passion, really. It's the passion to want to do all these things. I think that even my social life is actually pretty good. Like, I go out pretty regularly with my friends, and I travel a lot. I think traveling is really my safe haven. It's where like I feel like, okay, this is where I get to do something I want to do. Like traveling and working out, those are the two things that I'm like, okay, this keeps me sane. But time-wise, I think I have good time management skills. That's another thing too. I think in this industry, you have to have time management skills and just prioritize what you want to do, because you're not going to have time for everything, and tomorrow is another day. So before Miss Nigeria United Nations, I started Little Blessings. So I started Little Blessings like maybe 7 months before I actually did the pageant. So I already had that going where I was supplying shoes, clothes, things like that. So then Dream Day Out came after I became the queen. And I think my mission is just to keep adding initiatives that are gonna enrich these kids' lives, right? Next thing, I want to start looking for grants to fix the orphanages up, because some of them are in such bad condition. And I think that if we're setting these children up for success, it starts at home. It starts with the basic needs. Like, if you don't have clothes to wear, you're not going to go to school and feel like you want to learn. If your environment is traumatic, you're not going to have that space to want to even be a doctor or a nurse or whatever it is that they might want to be, right? So I think it's just, I want to start with the basic needs. Like, your home needs to be together. Some of the orphanages have holes in them, like water coming, and the kids are comfortable. They just hop over the bucket. And I'm looking around like, wait, this is okay? So I just want to start off with like building that up, and then go and add more and more orphanages that I'm sponsoring. So start getting some from the east. Right now I have in Port Harcourt as well. So just adding more and seeing how we can make a difference that way. Some of the challenges is just working with different people, right? So these things that I'm organizing, I have to reach out to the resort park. I have to reach out to the orphanage, the workers there. I have to like really just work with them. And sometimes, you know, when they hear your accent, the bill goes up. So things like that are really challenging, because it almost means that I have to try to get somebody to do stuff for me instead of I like to do stuff for myself. Like, I'm pretty like dominant in that way. Like, I want to call the resort park and organize stuff. I want to call the sponsorships and make those deals myself. But sometimes it's challenging because I might have to depend on somebody else. Like, for instance, we're getting a bus, right? And we're getting a bus, and I have to have somebody else call because it'd be cheaper when they call. But if I call, when they hear me, they're like, oh, $500K, like the price goes up. So those challenges is what like really bothers me. I think it's just believing that anything is possible. I think that I truly like believe that like I have to make it. And also like your background as well should motivate you, because I didn't come from like an easy background, and for me, I was like, it cannot get down there, so it has to go up. Going to school was very like beneficial to me because I was able to like actually make money, take care of myself, and sponsor my goals. You have to be able to sponsor your goals. Just for acting, you need headshots, you need show reels, like all those things cost money. So I think just first thing, just believing that anything is possible and it doesn't matter what anybody else tells you. Like, nobody can tell me today that I'm not gonna make it, and I would believe them. And surrounding yourself with people who really like believe that about you too. Like, it took me years to even tell my dad that I was into entertainment, because I had to block out that negativeness. And it's not that they mean it, but you know, African parents, they're focused on stability. And entertainment doesn't sound very stable. So I don't want anybody to project their negativity on me to make me feel like I'm not gonna be where I wanna be. So that's one thing, I had to just block that out. My dad found out that I was Miss Nigeria like after I won, not even through the process. Because I don't want anyone to tell me that, oh, you know, you might not get it, you might not know. Why not? Why don't I have those opportunities? So that's why it's really important for me to like try to create those opportunities for other people as well. I think for me, one of the things I've had to lose is some friendships. Just because where you are, not a lot of people are supposed to be there with you. And that was hard for me to accept that. Certain people I might have known for a long time are not aligned with my future or aligned with where I am now. So those are things that I'm still like trying to balance, you know, like, because having good people around you is really important, and having people who are going to always uplift you, speak life into you, and just make you feel like you are where you're supposed to be. So I think like that was a main thing for me, where it's like, okay, you may not be able to be around certain places anymore as well. Like, I had to also, and I'm still assessing that, like where you can be and where you can't be. There's certain places now that I feel like as a queen, like you really shouldn't be there. Like it's low-key like not where you can associate with anymore. Some of the upsides is being in certain rooms where you wouldn't have been able to be in as maybe like a regular person, right? Being able to speak to people who are actually change makers, being able to get sponsorships and fundraising, things like that. It's harder. It was harder for me when I wasn't a queen, but I was still trying. I did online sponsorships and everything. So I think that being a beauty queen gets you into different rooms so you can actually speak and people can hear your voice more and hear your initiatives, hear the things that you want to do. Oh, wow. First of all, I love how dramatic Nigerians are. Like, I think it makes my day. Sometimes we're just driving and I'm just looking and everybody is just, it's like a movie. Like, and I love how successful Nigerians are. Like, when you leave Nigeria and you see Nigerians in different countries, like, we are doing amazing things. There's like, out of all the African countries, I just love how determined, how hardworking, resilient, like things now that I see some of my friends in Nigeria do, I'm like, wow, this took you all day. They're like, oh, no, it's no problem. Like, it's not a big deal. But for me, I'm like, that's all day. So I just love how resilient we are, how nothing can stop us. Like, we are literally unstoppable in every country that we go to. And even some of my Ghanaian friends would be like, I love Nigerians. I love how you guys can just work so hard, but also play so hard too. So yeah, and the food. I can eat. I can eat.
Eko Atlantic has become Nigeria's most sought-after city for its high-end infrastructure, prestige, and well-planned city layout, as reflected in an 8-lane boulevard, about 13 internal bridges, underground cables, and green footprints defined by over 30,000 trees. Additionally, having a building in the city has become a trend among the so-called big boys, as was the case with Old Ikoyi, Victoria Garden City, popularly called VGC, Osborne Foreshore, and now Banana Island. In this special report, Bayo Olaoye states that this talk of I belong and the prestige mentality has also spread to the big firms. Before now, Kingsway and Ozumba Mbadiwe used to say that Victoria Island were the go-to locations for high-rise office buildings. These locations are home to iconic developments such as Kingsway Towers, Heritage Palace, Fanfa Towers, the Wings and the Waves, among others, making them Nigeria's equivalent of Silicon Valley. The Eko Atlantic City was modeled after the skyscraper district of Manhattan Island in New York City. It has become the new destination for big-ticket corporate firms which are building or relocating their new headquarters to the 10 square kilometer city, rising off the coast of the Atlantic Ocean in Lagos. The city is attracting investment interests in both residential and commercial real estate, the latest being MTN Nigeria, preparing to build a new headquarters. MTN is coming on the heels of First Bank, which recently turned the turf to build a 40-floor corporate head office, making the city's most iconic development so far. Prior to this courageous and ambitious entry into Eko City by MTN, First Bank, Dangote Group, and the Embassy of the United States of America have taken positions there, developing a new head office and a diplomatic facility respectively. Much earlier, a co-development company had occupied the city as the developer of the Azuri Towers, offering both residential and commercial facilities for high clients and corporate bodies. Arkland Property Investment and Oak Homes are also in the city, developing A&A Towers simultaneously. These are the residential developments that will be standing on the 22nd floor and the 33rd floors respectively. Other developments are the Pan-African Towers by Periwinkle Residences, Eco Pearl with Champagne Tower and Eco Pearl Black Tower, Amni Towers and Ani International Petroleum Development Company, and Louisville Towers by Total Energy Staff Cooperative and Multipurpose Society. Louisville will comprise 300 residential homes spread between 2 towers, a world-class sporting center and a club, retail outlets and other facilities. It is designed to employ modern technology to achieve smart living and high standards. Eko Atlantic is an exclusive luxury city with superior infrastructure that appeals to the kind of investors we have seen in the city so far.
At the Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC, we are committed to driving sustainable growth and development across Africa through innovative training and research. Our mission: empowering leaders, policymakers, and professionals with the tools they need to create lasting change. With customized training, dynamic research programs, and study exchanges on leadership, management, and other critical development topics, ADSC offers a platform for exchanging cutting-edge ideas and global best practices. We provide comprehensive services in research and consultancy, capacity building and training, education programs, publishing and knowledge sharing. Our esteemed faculty, composed of seasoned experts and researchers, ensures a learning experience that is insightful and practical. We specialize in policy development, implementation strategies, and monitoring and evaluation. At ADSC, learning is engaging and enjoyable. Our unique methodology includes talks, interactive exercises, games, video screenings, and lively seminar discussions, all in a comfortable and friendly environment. For more information, email us at info@adstudiescenter.com or call +234 912 039 2362. Visit our website www.adstudiescenter.com to explore our programs and upcoming events. Africa Development Studies Center, rethinking development for Africa.
You don't have to be like an household name, like a big superstar before you make ends meet through music.
Welcome to Inside Life this week, and usually we have a special guest each time we're talking to you on this show. My name is Hans Mba, and I'm always excited to bring you someone that is special. You know, on the show, we bring you people that are doing things that are changing the game from the most minute way to the largest of ways. This week, we got the one, the only, he's none other than Biode Cyrus. I hope I got that name right.
Biode Serious.
Sorry?
Biode Serious.
Biode, not Biode.
Biode.
Biode Serious.
Serious, yeah.
What kind of name is that?
Okay.
Because I think I'm from the school of thoughts that your name precedes you, right?
Definitely.
So when people say your name, it should be easy to take away. Even advertising, they'll tell you it should be something that's memorable, something that you want to go with.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So tell us, what informed the name?
Okay, the Biode is from, my government name is Abiodun. So the Biode is from Abiodun, it's a B-I-O-D. Then serious among, if you like familiar with astrology and astronomy, amongst the stars, the brightest of the star, the dog star, is called Sirius. So that's why
So how do you spell that?
S-I-R-I-U-S.
Sirius.
Yes,
okay.
yeah, S-I-R-I-U-S.
So I thought it was like serious.
Okay, like someone serious. No.
Okay.
Actually,
there's also serious the radio.
XM, yes, most definitely. Yes.
Nice. So introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Just give us a background about you, not the music now. Just who you are and what you do.
Okay. My government name is Abiodun Adebayo. I'm from Ibadan, Oyo State.
Why do people keep saying government name? I don't know, man. I don't know. Government don't own my name.
Yeah, I mean, that's the register. That's the name I register with, like, or any official. So I want to do.
My name, you're my full name. Come on, man.
Okay, my bad.
I'm just kidding.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay. All right. Abiodun Adebayo. I'm from Ibadan, Oyo State. I've been I'm a fiend for art, poetry. I'm a banker also. So
hope you're not in trouble for being on this show.
Never there. Never there.
Because they're like, okay, now you have to focus. You have to choose us or you choose them.
No. I'm actually on leave at the moment, so that's why I'm doing this.
So you're a banker?
Yes, I am.
What did you study?
I actually studied mass communication. I have a diploma in mass communication. I have a degree in English language.
Wow.
Yeah.
Two of them. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so tell us about what's new with you. What's up? What's going on?
Okay, I have an EP that's going to be out.
New music?
Yes, new music. So it's a body of work. It's a body of work. So
what is it called?
Memos of a Maverick. Yeah, like diary. It's a compilation of my story, along the way of a Maverick.
Yes. Members of a Maverick.
Yes.
So you're a Maverick?
I believe so.
Okay. Why do you think you are?
It's actually my group head that actually called me that there was we got a new group head 2 years ago. So he had this one-on-one combo with us, meeting us.
Yes.
Then he started asking for our forte, what we are good at, and I told him I'm a film for writing.
Push, tapu, express. Push, Reggie, water, don't boss. Push, your game too short, my nigga, push. We are push, if you ain't push. Watermelon, you push.
I'm a book buff. When I was in school, I used to write journals and all that, poetry, which has to do with music. So I said oh, that's interesting. They say seemed like a Maverick, and that name stuck in my head. And I was like, okay, when I'm dropping my first body of work, I'm going to use that. No, I know about that.
You see why you shouldn't have said that? You know why? Because you owe him some money now.
Probably.
Because when you blow up, he's going to come for you.
I mean, no problem. Right? It's something I can afford, yeah.
All right, so are you selling or you just streaming and just let streaming platforms just do whatever they want with your money?
I'm actually selling. There's a platform called...
When is it coming, sorry? When is it coming first?
Okay, the one you can purchase.
Or is it out now?
No, it's not out yet, actually. You can just pre-order and pre-save received. So for you to procure the EP, you can go to Bandcamp. It's going to be out on the 26th of October. That's this Saturday. It's coming Saturday. But on the streaming platforms, it's actually distributed by Rock Nation. It's going to be out on the 1st of November, yes.
Do you have a deal with them?
It's just a distribution deal. No, at all. Yes. So
that sounds like Rock Nation. So who are you working with on Rock Nation?
Rock Nation, it's just the management, it's just the distribution company.
No. Like who reached out to you or you reached out to them? How did that come about? Because I usually ask these questions because we want one of the reasons for the show is we want artists, we want people to learn. Not just artists, but what did this person do differently from what I have been doing.
Okay.
Even activists, what are things, what are ways to step, what are ways not to step.
Okay.
Or many times people are in a rut, or people are in a there's writer's block and all that stuff.
Yeah.
How do I proceed from there? So when they hear the other person's story, they know how to, proceed. Yes, so that's why.
I get you. Okay, I follow them on social media, Rock Nation as a label and all that. So I learned that they just started a distro. So I wanted to choose United Masters. United Master is headed by Steve Stout.
Affiliates, Steve Stout.
Steve Stout, yes. So yes, then Jay-Z owns Rock Nation. So I try to just suppose I read, okay, this is what United Master I have to offer. This is what Rock Nation has to offer. Pardon me. So
my name is Shino Gbadegeshi. I'm the CEO Gozi Micro Insurance. Continue to watch Souq News.
Adenike Adeyemi, Executive Director of Faith Foundation. Keep watching Souq News.
My name is Shepherd Michael Adewale Onofuye. I enjoin you all to always watch Souq News TV.
Hey everyone, Majuli Obaje here representing Gigi. Keep watching Souq News, okay? Stay updated with Souq News.
My name is Aton Keme. I am the head of MSME Banking. Please keep watching Souq News and stay glued to Souq News.
I recommend that more and more people should watch Souq News because they deal with business news.
Hi, my name is Amaka Wokolo. I am the director of the Faith Institute at Faith Foundation. Keep watching Souq News.
Trafalgar Square, established in 1844, is a symbol of British naval history and a popular cultural spot in London. Named after the 1805 Battle of Trafalgar, it has been the site of celebrations, protests, and cultural events, representing the changing identity of the city. It houses several landmarks, like the Nelson Column, St. Martin in the Fields Church, and the National Gallery. The Nelson's Column, a tribute to a naval hero, is the main feature of Trafalgar Square. Standing 52 meters tall, completed in 1843, it honors Admiral Horatio Nelson's victory at Trafalgar. The column is topped with a statue of Nelson, and 4 bronze panels at its base show scenes from his battles. Surrounding it are 4 large bronze lions added in 1867, symbolizing British power.
Not just in its look, but this is very much the sort of centre of London. Whenever there's a celebration, a protest, it's a public space that's very important for a lot of not just people that live in London, but for the UK. It's a place where people would congregate. I remember being here all around the 2012 Olympics, but it was very much one of the centerpieces of British culture. Yeah, no, you used to be able to climb on the lions when I was younger, but you can't do anymore. So there you go, that's progress for you.
St. Martin's in the Fields Church, reputed as an architectural gem, was built between 1722 and 1726. It is known for its neoclassical design by architect James Gibbs, and is famous for its portico and steeple, and has influenced architecture worldwide. The church also a rich musical history, hosting concerts and helping the homeless.
Yeah, I actually came to London just on a little day trip, and then I remembered that this church sometimes has classical music on, so I just popped in, and there's no concert, but there were some people practicing. So there's a quartet of violins, and they made some lovely sort of practice for some classical concerts. So I really enjoyed just sitting there for 10 minutes listening to it. It's lovely. It's a really nice church, and it's nice that people don't do music much time. So we used to have a nice cafe as well.
The National Gallery, founded in 1824, is a treasure trove of art. Located on the north side of Trafalgar Square, it houses over 2,300 artworks from the 13th to 20th century, with free public access to masterpieces from major European artists.
I'm not really sure. I haven't been through the museum yet, but I'm here for a Christian heritage tour to kind of learn more about the history of the Protestant Reformation in England and Christian history here in England through the paintings that are in the gallery. So that's what I'm here for today.
Trafalgar Square blends Britain's naval history with modern art and culture. It remains an important public space, attracting millions of visitors each year to experience London's rich heritage and vibrant atmosphere. Chike Okolo, reporting for Souq News.
My name is Ali Young. I'm with the Gamehers, which is a social media tech platform for women in video games. And we're here in Nigeria today. Glad to be here. People are just absolutely lovely. The food is fantastic, and looking forward to getting out of the hotel and conference and seeing much more. For me, I'm a gamer. I met my husband playing video games 20 years ago, and it actually is something that has been part of my lifestyle. Family time is spent with my daughter and my husband playing video games. We've met online friends in person, gone on vacations with them. They were part of our wedding. It's really been just an amazing connection point and social point for us. And so when I had the opportunity to work with the Gamehers, it really became home to me, right? Because it's with people who are very like-minded and an amazing community. Yes, so the Gamehers, social media tech platform for women in the video game industry, creators, game devs, entrepreneurs. And for us, we are a safe space where people can connect. Something that you and I spoke about earlier around, playing video games and feeling the pressure to be good at it and wanting to, and kind of the toxicity around the online culture a little bit, because it is a little bit male-dominated, right? And I feel like the Gamehers was built around that. In fact, I remember the very first gaming conference that I went to, and literally it was a room that had about 200 people, and there were 3 women, including myself. And I thought, we have to do better, right? I mean, I play video games, I have friends that play video games who are women, and I feel like it's extremely important for us to spread that message that it is okay to play video games as a female. Additionally, Gen A, Gen Z, 98% of the younger generations are playing video games now, right? They don't identify as gamers like people who go to movies don't identify as movieists, right? And so it's just a part of their life. And what's interesting is that even though there are 3.2 billion gamers globally, and half of those are women, we're still underrepresented in the professional esports world, in game development, and leadership positions. So it was New Year's Eve, and I had busted my knee. I was living in Colorado. I busted my knee skiing. And so there I was at home for the very first time doing nothing on New Year's Eve. And I thought to myself, maybe I'll go check out this game, right? And so I jumped on this video game and had my knee propped up, having a drink and just relaxing. And I see online a chat that there was this giveaway for an online New Year's Eve party. And I thought to myself, this is the lamest thing I have ever seen in my life. I will never share this story out loud. And I went to this online New Year's Eve party where they were giving away free stuff and in-game free stuff, right? And so I'm in there, and it was player versus player games, so people could attack each other and kill each other in the game. And so as I was standing there, this guy jumped this other guy, slayed him in the game, and the dead player dropped gear, and you could rename it. And so this guy picks up the gear like a serial killer, brands it so-and-so's Baldric, and I thought it was hilarious, and that was my husband, now husband. So he's not a serial killer though, so that's good. I'll share this with you. So the game Hers, since its inception in 2020, we created a platform where we celebrate women through the Game Hers Awards. And we had it had been virtual through COVID, and we had our first live Game Hers Awards in Atlanta in March 1 to kick off Women's History Month. And we had a room full of 300 people, women and their allies, where we celebrated their contributions to other women in gaming and inclusivity. And it was incredible to just see people who haven't met in person. I mean, if you think about how you work with people now, and remote life is so prevalent. I mean, you think about how you meet people online now anyway, right? And then when you meet them in person, that relationship just escalates and just gets even better. And so the Game Hers provides that space to be able to do that, right? We have an online community. We provide opportunities to meet in person through a lot of different events. Much like Dunhill Ventures brings together, they bring together family offices and investors to connect and create networks and create relationships. That's what the Game Hers does. Video games has become the new media. I mean, when you look at live streaming, you look at content creation, there's such a big piece of that's entertainment. And as a person who plays video games, you get to do both, right? I mean, if you go to if you go to a restaurant now or a bar, you see concepts where there's axe throwing, there's things you can do, play golf, right? Like the video gaming is just a lifestyle piece of that. I think that it's just become normalized. I mean, my daughter's generation, she's 17. She's been playing video games since she was 2, right? And whether that's learning video games and educational video games, or, you know, it's Call of Duty. I mean, she plays them all, and she tries them. A lot of times it's her friend group. Her friends like to play video games as well, and so they do that together. Sometimes in person, with their computers next to each other, or, you know, on consoles, and sometimes that's just online. So I think we all play games. I mean, if you played soccer when you were younger, or football, right? If you played basketball or sports, we compete all the time, right? Leaderboards, points, things like that. I mean, everything is a game. And so I think that the Gamehers provides a place where women who play video games can connect. And that's the beauty of it. So I was actually in Riyadh when I met the Dunhill Ventures Group, and they invited us to come out to Lagos. It was an opportunity. I was supposed to be at South by Southwest this week, and ended up canceling all my travel plans. Told the team, I was like, I am gonna stay in Riyadh for a couple of days and then go straight to Lagos, because the opportunity here is vast. The demographics in this region and in Africa has the youngest, the youngest demographics. Gen A, Gen Zs, 98% are gamers, and so the population is intrinsically part of our group. However, organically, our 10% of our international community is in Nigeria. And that has just been organic. We haven't done any programming here. We haven't done any events. It's just people finding us online and connecting with our team, with our community. So we are the Gamehers. That's TheGamehers on all socials, and thegamehers.com. Please download our app. It's tgh.app. And it can be downloaded on Apple, Google, and we're also on desktop as well. And connect with us. Our community, surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, is very inclusive. While we focus on women and we are femme-based, we do have non-binaries and femme-identifying peoples, and also our allies who are men and male. So you stand to gain an amazing community of like-minded people. Find your tribe, find people to play games with, find people to learn from, as well as opportunities for education, on career development, and entrepreneurship. Absolutely. So we partner with a lot of game developers. We are not a game developer, but we provide opportunities for women in game development, as well as Riot Games is one of our early investors, and a big partner. Also I play a lot of their games too. It's a big perk to get in the alpha stages and get to try out different games. But we have opportunities for women to even, our Discord channel, for example, has has game nights, right? Where women get to try out different games, whether that's a mobile game or even a party game from Jackbox Games. You know, there are different things that we use to connect and leverage through video games. I see there's a lot of there had been. I feel like it's starting to shift the other way. There had been, you hear stories about gamers who play too much, and I think I read a story about someone who played too long and died of seizures. I mean, that's probably the extreme, right? And let's be transparent and talk about it, because I think that as a parent myself, balance is everything. But however, in order to get good at anything, I mean, you have to spend the 10,000 hours, right? And so I actually told my daughter that I wanted her to play at least 2 hours a day because, I mean, to me, if you're actually going to get good, then why would you limit yourself, right? But you have to do it in a healthy manner. You have to take breaks, you have to stretch, you have to eat, you have to do all these things and keep your health going. I mean, just like in any sport. Gaming has been shown to teach our children and to teach ourselves mental acuity, hand-eye coordination, problem solving, which I feel doesn't happen enough, but gamers have to learn how to lose, which is also something that doesn't happen enough, and also the grit to keep going, right? And so I think there are a lot of very good benefits to gaming, just as well as negative things, just as well as anything else. We are very focused this year on our international growth, and this is part of it. If you're connecting with us, join our community, get to know the people and connect with the people first, and then find affinities to the different games that you want to play. There's so many different kinds of games. There's a game for everyone.
Tradition is a fundamental aspect of every native community. Observing it does not only remind people of who they are, it helps young people to learn and also aids in preserving ancestral history, moments and efforts that binds them together, enriching the vibrant identity their community now exudes. In India, Dhanteras is one of such tradition and integral culture of the Hindu community, a significant festival that marks the onset of the 5-day Diwali celebrations, Festival of Light. Observed on the 13th lunar day of the Krishna Paksha, which is the dark fortnight in the Hindu month of Kartik. The festival is dedicated to welcoming wealth and prosperity, reflecting in its name. Dhanteras combines Dhan, meaning wealth, and Teras, representing the 13th day. This auspicious occasion is celebrated with great enthusiasm as households are thoroughly cleaned and decorated, symbolizing the removal of negativity and the invitation of fortune. People create intricate rangoli designs and light diyas to honor the goddess Lakshmi, the deity of wealth, and invite her blessings. Dhanteras has roots in the Hindu mythology, highlighting two divine manifestations from the legendary churning ocean, or Samudra Mantha. On this day, the goddess Lakshmi is believed to have emerged from the ocean, and devotees worship her for blessings of prosperity. Another divine figure, Dhanvantari, the physician of the gods and an incarnation of Vishnu, also appeared carrying the Amrita, underscoring the day's connection to health and wealth. Astrologers such as Vats note the festival's dual blessings traditionally associated with wealth. Dhanteras is also linked to health, with prayers to Dhanvantri promoting healing and well-being. The observance of Dhanteras, also known as Lakshmi Puja, includes varied customs across India. In Maharashtra, dried coriander seeds mixed with jaggery are offered to Lakshmi. Many light sky lamps and diyas to honor Yama, the god of death, for protection. Evening rituals involve singing bhajans and offering sweets to Lakshmi, while families purchase new items like gold, silver, and kitchenware to symbolize luck and prosperity for the coming year. Village communities extend blessings to their livelihoods, with farmers honoring cattle through rituals and treats. In South India, particularly Tamil Nadu, Brahmin families observe Dhanteras by preparing marundu, a traditional medicine that balances the body's tridosh, marking an Ayurvedic approach to health and longevity. In Gujarat, family gatherings feature festive meals like dabat and malpua, showcasing regional diversity. Each aspect of Dhanteras, from cleaning and renewal to offerings and health rituals, embodies the essence of welcoming auspiciousness. Each aspect of Dhanteras, from cleaning and renewal to offerings and health rituals, embodies the essence of welcoming auspiciousness, health, and prosperity for the year ahead. Grace Komolafe, Souq News Television. The unexpected rise of Ankara fabric in West Africa has transformed it from merely an industry into a vital part of culture, identity, and art woven into everyday life. This evolution has encouraged many to enter into the business side of Ankara. Today, the fabric is not only worn, but also used in interior decorations and artworks, making it a significant item in our changing world. Despite this, the industry stands at a crossroads, balancing tradition, modern challenges, and global market demands. My name is Grace Komolafe, and I invite you to join me on this second episode of Ankara as we explore the current state of production, the hurdles it faces, particularly in Nigeria, and the abundant opportunities that exist within this vibrant sector. Ankara's journey from West African markets to the global stage highlights its enduring appeal and the resilience of its producers. However, to fully harness its export potential, addressing quality, policy, and logistical challenges is essential. Ankara has become a global fashion statement with its bold patterns and rich colors now staples on international runways, reflecting a growing appreciation for African aesthetics. Nigeria and Ghana have long anchored Ankara production, keeping alive an industry with deep cultural significance. In Nigeria, there is a specialized market where you can find all kinds of Ankara fabric to suit your needs, whether for business parties or home use. Are you aware that Oshodi Market in Lagos is the major Ankara market in the country? People travel from every part of Nigeria to this market to make purchases for different reasons, either for Ashwebi, different occasions, or for business. In this market, you would find importers, you would find wholesalers, and again, you would find retailers. Are you thinking of going into Ankara business? In this report, we have more information to share with you.
No, this one is a different company.
Despite Nigeria's rich resources, skilled workforce, and a large domestic market eager for Ankara fabric, the country has struggled to capitalize on this potential. In the face of rising imports and global competition, the Ankara industry is looking inward towards alternatives that preserve cultural heritage while empowering local economies. Innovative approaches and traditional methods are revitalizing Ankara production across West Africa, particularly in Nigeria. While the future is bright, it is not without challenges. The high reliance on cheaper imports has led to an overwhelming dependence on foreign textiles, which now dominates over 80% of Nigeria's fabric market. How have Ankara sellers and business owners been able to sustain growth in the industry?
What kind of Ankara do you sell? Big or small?
We sell big, small, and medium range.
Great. I think this is the first person I'm meeting that sells 3 categories of Ankara. I actually met people that does medium and small. I met someone that does just the small. So good to know that you are doing 3 categories, big, medium, and small. So why did you decide to go into a full-blown Ankara business?
Because any customer can walk in now and request for small one. I will attend to the person. If you want medium, I have. If you want big one, I have.
You don't want to lose anybody.
I don't want to lose anybody.
You like money.
I'm people man now. I suppose like money very well.
When someone is alive, where is going to be saying. So for now, things are so high. When I'm still learning this business to my master, that time it was 700 or 600 like that. So things started increasing every day. So that is the problem we have. The customers are complaining, this are complaining. Both people that are coming from far journey saying that after this, there's no much gain on it again. So that's the challenge we have.
Long before Ankara became a global phenomenon, West African textiles were celebrated for their craftsmanship and cultural significance, with Nigeria being a key player. Today, Nigeria's textile industry has faced significant challenges over the past few decades, despite the country's rich potential in cotton production and a historical legacy of vibrant textile manufacturing. Once a leader in the sector with over 180 textile mills in the 1970s employing more than 1 million Nigerians, the industry has been in decline since the 1990s, grappling with issues such as smuggling, high production costs, outdated machinery, and inconsistent government policies. Instead of boosting the Nigerian textile industry, interest in importation continues to rise. With a renewed interest in textiles, including Ankara fabric, local production remains low. An influx of cheap imports surged over 100% to 365.5 billion naira in 2022, undermining the demand for locally produced textiles. As Nigeria strives to engage in the business, the high cost of importation negatively impacts their efforts. The situation is compounded by rising energy costs and a depreciation in currency, leading Nigerians to depend largely on imported Ankara to meet the demands of customers.
Importation business now is a hell. It's very, very expensive. Just last month, the clearing of the goods was about 6 million naira. Overnight, it turned to 14 million. Should we stop selling Ankara? No. We have to go on, move. The price that we give customer, in 1 hour, it changed automatically. But because we are into the system, we know how to manage the price.
As customers become more conscious of their environmental and social impact, the demand for sustainable and ethically produced textiles is on the rise. Ankara, with its deep cultural roots, is uniquely positioned to lead the way in this movement. The global market for Ankara is expanding, with new opportunities emerging beyond West Africa. However, tapping into these markets requires strategic planning, quality assurance, and effective marketing.
Actually, like, the person wants to do the business, it depends if you have the money, because this business now it's all about money.
Capital intensive.
Capital. No amount of money that is enough. No amount of money. If you have 10 million, 20 million, 100 million, you can start up something, because when you check this one now, this level now, per one level now is almost 48,000 or 37,000. So when you now calculate one line, two line, three lines, so you can see that it's millions of money. So if you want to go into the business, if you have the cash or you have the power, it's a nice business, but you must have money to rotate the business.
Ankara business is not a child's play, I want to say, with what I've heard today. You want to go into Ankara business, of course you can start a very small scale. Do not say no to small beginning, do not despise little beginning, but I must say if you want to do a big time Ankara business, it's not a child's play, you must be ready for it, I tell you. So for instance, you have this line, like I mentioned earlier, you'll be having this pack goes for about 40-something thousand, and you're having a couple of them. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, you keep counting. Did you see? Same colors, and we're having different designs. It's not a child's play. Millions of naira goes into this business, and you can see this is Oshodi, where Ankara business takes place, the real business. This is where it happens. Yes, from all over the states in Nigeria, they come all the way to Oshodi to do their biddings in Ankara business.
The Ankara industry, a cornerstone of West African culture and economy, is deeply influenced by government policies. Yet, the implementation of these policies is not without its challenges. Bureaucratic delays, corruption, and inconsistent enforcement often undermine their effectiveness. The success of the Ankara industry is intertwined with the government's actions. Thoughtful policies and effective implementation can drive growth. Moreover, regional and international trade agreements such as the African Continental Free Trade Area (AFCFTA) offer new opportunities for expansion and collaboration. The future of Ankara lies in the hands of the next generation. Young innovators are reimagining what Ankara can be, blending tradition with modernity and driving the industry forward. Is more than just a fabric. It symbolizes African heritage, creativity, and resilience. As we look to the future, the potential for Ankara is limitless if the industry embraces innovation, sustainability, and global collaboration. The journey of Ankara is far from over, and its story will continue to inspire generations. As we conclude our journey through the vibrant world of Ankara, we turn our attention to the future. What lies ahead for this iconic fabric? How will it evolve to meet the demands of a rapidly changing world? And what opportunities and challenges will shape its future? Questions you may have quality answers for. See you again on another interesting topic on Souq Perspective. I am Grace Komolafe.
We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas touch, and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix, and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job.
I hail from Lagos State, from Isaleko. My father hailed from the Olumegbo family. I attended my primary, secondary education in Ibadan at the time because my mother was there. But my religious practicing was always done during the holidays at Holy Cross Cathedral. I was working in the sacristy. We used to prepare for the Mass on Saturdays, and we sell the news magazine on Sundays in front of the church. And I remembered fondly that we used to tease a man called Sunday Boku Boku at that time, and he used to run to chase us and throw stones at, how dare you call me Sunday Boku Boku. Those were fun times. Harvest, Corpus Christi. And I was born, raised, baptized, confirmed, married in the Catholic Church. But I got married to Engineer Larry Phillips, who is an Anglican. And I believe that in togetherness of family, it's best we all do things together. So I moved over with him against the doctrine of Catholic Church to the Anglican Church at Marina, where his family belongs and worships. I attended St. Luke's Demonstration School. We used to climb the mango trees, and there was a mixed school. We used to play at during break time. And in my secondary school was a Catholic school. And it's for you to be prim and prudish in life and, set you on as a lady. And I got some finesse from there too. And, but the most interesting one and the most that I can call a radical one was my HSC in Olivet. We tried all sorts there. But it was fun and highly educative too. Sportsmanship was there. And from there, I proceeded abroad for my accountancy. And I was lucky to finish in a record time. And I came back. Did my articleship, but married in between. I met my husband abroad, and we came back home, got married in Nigeria. I worked as an accountant with USC, very proud of the drill professionally that I got from UAC. It had set me on a discipline for working. And I thank God that I had that opportunity, which still helps me today. Apart from the fact that my educational background sets me to be a diversified person in so many professions. And you know, as an accountant, accountancy is the best of all, is the creme de la creme. And I've been able to fulfill my professional exposure in every species of responsibilities that I had opportunity to take upon me. And from UAC, I proceeded to work for the bank. I went to politics. I became a commissioner in Lagos State, served with the present president of Nigeria. And you know how Lagos is. Lagos is like a country to other states. We went through governance. My team, as you can see, I have some of my colleagues in Abuja now. I have Honorable Minister Wali Edu. I have Honorable Minister Dele Alake. I have Honorable Minister Yemi Cardozo, and so forth. And I served in the bank as a director in Keystone. I've been a chairman of so many committees. You can say that again. In different aspects of life, professional, political, social, and currently I'm now the chairman of Souq Insurance PLC. When I was growing up, it was so free and enjoyable. We can take off at 11, 12, escort your friends to Bangboshe here. We go and have the Mosa. We go to the stadium. I remember me in my teenage age, I used to go to Nikon Stadium here. We watch so many matches, and I used to be with those fans, you know, dancing and waving our fans, you know, and bazaars, Easter Mondays, Fela Sports, I mean, you name it. It was fun. But Lagos was good for all of us. It was cleaner. It was amazing. Security isn't much to fear, you know. You can just live the way you want. And money and values of life are completely different to what they are today. I was with my grandparents, and we had so many tenants, and we didn't realize they were tenants. We were all playing together, eating together, and we are still like one family today. But the story is not the same again. I wish one can turn around and change it, but we have all given our kids sheltered life for the fear of unknown. And I think the disadvantage is very grievous. I think first and foremost, God gave me the chance, the opportunities to pass through that in the journey of life. It's not only money that can make you successful in life. I want you to get that. It's an added support for you if in life you have the opportunities of parents who can financially support you. But at the same time, there are kids who didn't have any financial support and have been successful. So to me, Success is about self-determination. I grew up around uncles and aunties who are thoroughly educated, and I've always had it behind my ambition that I must be in that cadre. And thank God the opportunity was there for me and I seized it. And I remember myself telling my kids, when I was abroad, I never lived like my father was a rich man. No, I was behind the desk reading and reading till I got successful. And I passed in record time. First and foremost, I think I'm a people's person. Secondly, my educational background. Thirdly, my pedigree. And you can't be a Lagos person and don't have a bit of intelligence about how you can maneuver yourself, even in the midst of challenges. And I can tell you that boardroom politics, especially when you're a woman, is tough. Well, when you manage those that you sit around with, eventually, when they see that you're there to work, it has no business and basis for any other thing. I've had issues on boards because I'm female, and I put my foot down. It is the work we are doing. There is no gender sensitivity in this issue. Even in my early days as an accountant, when I head the accounting department, it was even tough at that level because the young accounting class, some of them can be daring to say, how can you talk to me like that? How can you make it? And I'll say, please, what do you mean? We need to get this target work done. So it's the work that is talking. That's nothing to do with whether I'm a man or a woman. So I will like the idea of gender reasonableness to be better played. At least for now, we are not having it at 3 1/3, no. But I guess we are in the region of 20%. And it should be better. You give a woman a chance, she will devote her life to it. But, I mean, when we have 1 or 2 issues from women who have been there, that should not create hurdle or boundary that you say a woman shouldn't cross. No. Nobody is perfect in life. And I want to let you know, it's tough for a woman. This men, when it is a woman having a corrective measure to be taken, they do not handle it the way they do for the men. They're in a rush to pack the woman out. You see from what has happened all over the world. So I will still make an appeal that women should be given better chances, better allowances. It's so quick to make a woman a scapegoat, the sacrificial lamb. Let's take it easy. And please, women, when they put you there, make us proud. I should remember the other women coming after me. If I make this trouble now, they turn around and say, this is why we don't give them the chance to get to the top. So you manage the situation, you know? And let us remember that Africa is still very chauvinistic. It's still a man's world here. We are only trying. So just give us, for now, our required 33 3% as per Beijing recommendation. Having been in politics, there are so many factors that bring you up there. Some sensible, which I would call sensibilities, some sensitive based, which I would call sensitivity, and some as per geographical distribution. If it's not the turn of your section, your district, there's no way they can put you there. But then sometimes it's the turn of your district, the party supremacy decrees that they don't want to use you. What do? You have to show some resilience as a stable character and do whatever you are given very well. Excel. Somehow, one day, you'll be there. Like Martin Luther King. At the end of that tunnel, I can see the light. Someday, somehow, you get there. I was in tourism shortly, and it's not enough time to propagate the excellence of your work. But in special duties, I give the ministry class. I was able to represent my Lagos State very well. NYC was under me. Proudly, I served. And we ensure that all students that need to go to orientation camp are well registered and got their NYC certificates. It's not about where they put you. It's about what you are able to do in that place. And you do it even to the enviable eye of somebody who believes has the best ministry with a lot of funding and allocation. I'm different in that respect. A hard-working man, a man with a lot of sagacity, a man that is very kind, he has human kindness in his heart, a man that is highly focused. My office was very close to the Roundhouse, and I tell you, I wasn't surprised. And I kept telling everybody, I wasn't surprised he got a clinch that position, because I knew that even when in 99, from the day we stepped in, he's been working towards his election in 2003. So a man like that who is focused, his business is the end of the tunnel. All the distractions you are given, he doesn't consider it. So don't waste your emotions. When you provoke yourself unnecessarily, and the person you are provoking yourself upon is not even responding on that line, you're wasting your time. But he's an astute politician. He knows what to do at every point. And don't try him, because he's a hard knock. And he's easy to forgive. That bit, I don't know how he does it, but it's easy to forgive and move on. He understands politics, maybe from a young age, I don't know, but he seems to have the knack of it at all times. I think that's in the pipeline. I don't have to come here to say that. And even in the insurance company industry that I am now, I'm propagating that, look, you need to take it easy. Is it at these hard times you want to raise recapitalize the industry and make life harder? Yes, we recapitalize, but not with large gap. The variance should not be too much, because you need to recapitalize so that companies will be solidly based to address financial issues and risk issues that we have in the country today. I studied religion for my A-levels in school. I did divinity. It's not just reading Bible. The interpretation, the history, the analogy, all of that I did. And it has helped to shape me for life. It has molded my conscience to a large extent. What I see in religion today, if I go back to the way I have studied religion, I will say I'm worried. The way we have churches established in this country now, I'm talking of my experience in Lagos State. On the street, you can find 6, 8 churches, but there is no school. Education is key. Religion molds the character, the moral values about life. I'm not saying they're all totally condemned, but I think there should be more conferences and seminars to appeal to their conscience. It's one God. And in Lagos, the families, both Christian and Muslims, and the third religion, which is the native religion, we all interact and live together. And usually you find out that all of them talking about this God. I am a Christian. I talk about my God. And I don't denounce anyone in any other religion that faithfully talk about their God. And I don't allow that to affect a lot of decisions that I have to make, and didn't affect a lot of decisions that I had made. The expectation is too high. We are still a developing country. The awareness of covering up your risk is not too much there. In terms of life insurance, in terms of property, people are not still there. People don't cover themselves well enough. They take unnecessary risk. I'm glad Lagos State Governor is saying everybody must have a health insurance now. That, again, would expand the scope of the insurance business. In insurance, there are so many seminars, there are so many conferences that are being put up there now, where the ability to educate the masses, and even the high-ups one, to please insure yourself. And when I say yourself, your life, your property, your children, and see how far it goes. It is important. And in this era of insecurity, it is highly important. Just make sure you insure yourself. And with what the governor had proposed now, definitely Governor Sanwo-Olu did well. Health insurance is key. Health is wealth. First and foremost, inflation all over the world has gone haywire. So it's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. Those who live in the Western world, they're crying hula baloo about the price of petrol, the price of even eggs. So it's not just Nigeria. Let us wake up and see that we're in a global world and everything is intertwined. The issue of the central bank now trying to manage inflation. These are not easy times all over the world. They're not easy times. And when I say we are a developing country, we are still trying very hard. I don't want to say it's sad. It depends on the environment. You know, you can't just bring UAE here into Nigeria. The environment here from inception has not delved too much on tourism. Your tourism is just go on holiday and go back. The beaches are there. And even from 1999, they are trying to redevelop along the beach so that tourist activities can happen. And I'm sure they're still on it. You need tourist attraction where you have every aspect of life when tourists come over. But with the problem of infrastructure that we have in the country, you can't do much tourism for now. It wasn't easy, but as I said, once you try to be a bit methodological about it, then, you get by. Because from the days I came back from England, starting a family, working in large corporations, it just ensured that the home front solidly settled. And it wasn't that easy, because you know that I'm talking of almost 40 years back. To be able to excel amidst men, you probably have to do 2 times, 3 times more than them. I'm lucky I have a husband who accepts me being what I am. Because if you have a partner that does not appreciate your ambition and your dream, he will not support you. But I have the support of my husband, and we are able to keep the home together. Make sure that his food is given. Make sure the kids are well looked after. Make sure the husband is well looked after at all times, and don't grudge. I try to give myself to people in terms of needs. I try to recognize people's needs, and at the moment of that need, I try to help. And it's a legacy I try to sound to my kids at all times. Recognize needs at that point and do it. Because at the point that you recognize it, if you don't offer the assistance, it may not be meaningful again. But if at the time that a need arises and you can do it, promptly do it. And I cannot manage people who are not sincere. I cannot. And that is the only thing that bothers me about life. And then once I find out that they are not one way, I make my U-turn and I don't go back again. And that's one thing I have learned, I have seen, and I'm trying to learn from Mr. President Bola Tinubu. The way he can switch from being so hot and then swim as if nothing happened and carry on. That is tough for me. And I hope I'll be able to then the space remaining, I'll be able to copy that. At the same time, I like hardworking. I recognize people who are hardworking, who are intelligent, and I recognize people who are hardworking and need to be helped in terms of training to be a better person. And I like fun. Now let me start with that girl child. That girl child is not so common again. At least most female children are educated now. Outside Lagos, girl child is a big reference. Yeah, I think everybody should be given equal chance to make a life, and a life worth living and contented with. Because if you don't have enough drive and motivation, then life becomes static and you just wear it out and go. But I believe that for women, don't let the men scare you off. You are equally hardworking and intelligent. Expose yourself, but don't mess yourself around. Don't get corrupt. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. And there's one good prayer. Everybody that knows me, and I always say, my God is a just God. His judgment is always fair. So whoever hurts you, attacks you, leave them to God. He's a fair God. The judgment of God will come. Just move on and pray that in your lifetime, that judgment comes up. My favorite food, I like eba and ewedu. I'm an expert in cooking. I love cooking, and I tell you, I can challenge anybody to come and compete with me. On that level, I score a good card. But I love fresh fish, with ewedu and eba. I'm not too much of an amala fan, and my favorite color is green. Or it's green, but with that green, I love bright colors. Even jewelry, it has to be bright for me, but still worn in a conservative way. As loud as whatever I pick may be, I still give it a conservative umbrella. I love to dance. I'm a good dancer. I love to socialize. I'm a good mixer, but highly disciplined.
In life, the path to success is often windy and filled with obstacles. However, it's only those who exhibit courage to continue that are reckoned with. If there's one man who is armed with the sheer courage of a lion, the unusual foresight to spot new opportunities, Michael Adenuga makes the perfect reference. The name Mike Adenuga is synonymous with entrepreneurial excellence and tenacity. A self-made billionaire hailing from the heart of Africa, Adenuga's story is one that is laced with the threads of perseverance and ambition.
Today, I really feel excited.
Against all odds, Adenuga has risen to become one of the wealthiest individuals on the African continent. His knack for spotting business opportunities and the courage to seize them has led to the creation of a vast empire that spans telecommunications, oil, and real estate. But what truly sets Adenuga apart is not just his wealth, but the indomitable spirit that has propelled him to the pinnacle of success. His journey is a powerful narrative of a man who, despite the odds, has managed to carve out a niche for himself in some of the most competitive industries. From his humble beginnings to his rise as one of Africa's most influential business figures, Adenuga's story serves as a beacon of inspiration for aspiring entrepreneurs everywhere. Born on 29th of April 1953, Mike Adenuga's story begins in Ibadan, Nigeria, a vibrant city steeped in culture. Ibadan was the backdrop for Adenuga's early years. His father, a school teacher, and his mother, a businesswoman, were humble, hardworking individuals. Their influence on young Adenuga was profound, instilling in him the values of perseverance, integrity, and ambition. Adenuga's early education took place in Ibadan, a local school where he exhibited a sharp mind and a keen sense of curiosity. His parents, recognizing his potential, encouraged him to pursue his studies with diligence and tenacity. These formative years laid the groundwork for the titan. Despite the modest means of his family, Adenuga was never deterred. He understood that the path to success was paved with perseverance and relentless work ethic. From an early age, he demonstrated a knack for entrepreneurship. His first ventures were modest, grounded, mirroring the reality of his circumstances. One of his earliest jobs was as a taxi driver. This experience was more than just a means to an end. It served as a classroom on wheels, offering lessons in humility, resilience, and the importance of understanding people from all walks of life. Adenuga's entrepreneurial spirit led him to explore the avenues. He started selling soft drinks, an endeavor that required long hours under the scorching Nigerian sun. This venture was not glamorous, but it was honest, and it was his. It was a testament to his commitment to hard work and his refusal to shy away from the gritty aspects of business. From taxi driving to selling soft drinks, Adenuga was no stranger to hard work. This commitment to labor, this willingness to roll up his sleeves and get his hands dirty, laid the foundation for the empire he would later build. His story is a powerful testament to the fact that success is not an accident. It is the result of hard work, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you're doing or learning to do. His journey began with an education in the United States where he studied business administration. But it was his return to Nigeria that marked the start of his entrepreneurial journey. Adenuga dove into the world of business with a daring spirit and a keen eye for opportunity. He ventured into trading of lace materials and other commodities, a business that was booming at the time. His ventures were diverse and often bold, including the distribution of Coca-Cola within Nigeria. These early business pursuits were not without their challenges, but they provided Adenuga with invaluable experience and a taste of what was to come. However, the road to success is often marked with unexpected twists and turns. For Adenuga, one of these came in form of a military coup in 1983. This event shook the nation and its effect reverberated through the business landscape. It was a setback that would have derailed his ambitions, but Adenuga was not one to be easily deterred. In the face of adversity, he demonstrated tenacity. He weathered the storm, navigating through the tumultuous period with an unvarying determination. It was during this time that Adenuga began to lay the groundwork for what will become his future empire. He was building a foundation, brick by brick, on which he would erect a business dynasty that would span across several industries. Regarded as a titan in the telecom industry, Adenuga is the mastermind behind Globalcom, Nigeria's second largest telecom operator. Under his visionary leadership, Globalcom has grown exponentially, connect billions across West Africa and beyond. In the oil sector, Adenuga holds the majority ownership of Corn Oil, one of Nigeria's largest oil exploration companies. Corn Oil has been instrumental in shaping Nigeria's energy landscape, and its success is the testament to Adenuga's strategic acumen and drive for innovation. When it comes to wealth, Adenuga's net worth is nothing short of impressive. The billionaire businessman ranks high on the Forbes list of Africa's richest people, rubbing shoulders with the likes of Aliko Dangote. In 2003, Adenuga revolutionized Nigeria's telecom industry with the launch of Globalcom. This was a pivotal moment, not just for Adenuga, but for the nation as a whole. Before Globalcom, Nigeria's telecoms industry was dominated by a single player, but Adenuga had the vision to democratize telecommunications, making it accessible and affordable for all. Globalcom entered the market with a bang. The company was innovative, offering unprecedented services like per second billing, which was a first in Nigeria. This level of innovation was a game changer, challenging the monopoly of the existing telecoms giant and forcing competitors to step up their game. But Adenuga didn't stop there. He knew that to truly disrupt the industry, Globalcom had to grow rapidly. The company embarked on massive network expansion projects, erecting thousands of kilometers of fiber optic cables across Nigeria and beyond. In less than a decade, Globalcom has grown from a new entrant to a major player in the telecoms industry. Its services reached millions of Nigerians, even in the most remote corners of the country. Adenuga's entrepreneurial spirit didn't stop at telecoms. In fact, his business acumen was put to the test in a whole new arena where he took over Corn Oil, Nigeria's first indigenous oil company. Under Adenuga's leadership, Corn Oil expanded beyond its initial operations, becoming a frontrunner in the Nigerian petroleum industries. It now boasts a strong presence, not only in exploration and production, but also in downstream operation, such as the marketing of refined petroleum products. Yet, Adenuga's ventures didn't stop here. With a keen eye for lucrative opportunities, he delved into the world of real estate, immersing a portfolio of properties that spanned the globe, from commercial buildings in Nigeria's bustling city centers to luxury residences in some of the world's most sought-after locations. Adenuga's property investments are as diverse as they are extensive. Banking, too, has felt the Adenuga's touch. He has been instrumental in shaping the industry, contributing to its growth and stability. His influence and investment has helped foster a banking sector that is robust, reliable, and ready to serve the needs of Nigeria's growing economy. But Adenuga's impact extends beyond the world of business. His philanthropic endeavors are a testament to his belief in giving back to the community.
Well, that's a special man to me. A very special person. That is a man that made my path, my ways very smooth. That's a God-sent person to me. Dr. Mike Adenuga Jr. is somebody that I will continue to thank, to appreciate, and to continue to pray God to help him, to give him long life and good health. Well, decades of our relationship, way back in the 80s, Rafi Ladipo was a nobody. But through the help of Dr. Mike Adenuga Jr. and God's grace and blessing, I am what I am today. I owe it all to God, and indeed, Dr. Mike Adenuga, my second God. I'm close. I know him. He's a man that loves to assist his friends. Even if he's hungry, he will come back and call his friend. This is the way it is done. So for me, my knowing Dr. Adenuga Jr. has been a blessing.
Through the Mike Adenuga's Foundation, he has donated billions to causes closest to his heart, including education, health, and social welfare. He has funded scholarships, built schools, and supported hospitals, underscoring his commitment to improving lives and empowering future generations. In essence, Adenuga's business journey is not just about creating wealth, but also about creating value.
Several years back, the Nigerian League had no sponsor. And it took me less than 1 hour to get Dr. Mike Adenuga Jr. understand that he needed to help our football to grow. I just called the then president of the league, the late Oyuki Obaseki. He met me at the National Stadium and was feeling very sad. And he said he was going back to Abuja. I asked him why. He said because he was not happy. Only yesterday, he got the biggest disappointment of his life. That a company that had agreed to sponsor the league had reneged, and they were no longer ready to sponsor the Nigerian league again, unless they cut the agreed amount, the initial agreed amount between the National League and their company, unless they cut it into two. And he asked, how will he now prosecute the league? I said, you can't prosecute the league. I'll get you a sponsor. Are you ready to go with Glow?
He said he knows nobody in Glo. I said, I am Glo. And I quickly called the group CEO, Mr. Mohammed Jamil, and I asked him, wouldn't you want to sponsor the Nigerian League? He said they want to, but they don't know anybody on the Nigerian League. But, and I gave my phone to Yuki Obaseki to speak with Jamil. The man who was going to Abuja, who was ready to fly to Abuja, changed his mind because of what he heard. That Glo was ready to sponsor the league. And pay much more than the initial agreed amount he had with the other sponsor. That agreement took just 24 hours. And Dr. Mike Adenuga paid a sum of 610 million naira to sponsor the league. And of course, every year, there is always an increase of 10%. Recorded. So that was how the Nigerian League got sponsorship through Globacom. And to all of us as Nigerians, we need to thank Dr. Mike Adenuga.
His diversification and expansion strategies have not only multiplied his fortunes, but have also contributed significantly to Nigeria's economic development, job creation, and societal welfare. In the world of business, especially at the grand scale that Mike Adenuga operates, it is not uncommon to come face to face with challenges. His path to becoming a billionaire was not always smooth. He had his fair share of obstacles, some of which were marred by controversy. On such instance was the legal issues he faced in the early years of his telecoms venture, Globacom. There were disputes over licensing and allegations of non-compliance with industry regulations. The Nigerian government was not always his ally. At one point, he found himself in a standoff with regulatory bodies. But what makes Adenuga's story remarkable is not just the controversy he faced, but the resilience in the face of adversity. He didn't allow these obstacles to deter him. Instead, he used them as stepping stones, turning the negative into a positive. His legal troubles were not just an obstacle, they were a test of his character. He passed with flying colors. Adenuga fought to clear his name and to ensure that his business complied with unnecessary regulation. This commitment to integrity has been a cornerstone of his success. Despite the disputes with the Nigerian government, Adenuga never lost faith in his homeland. He continued to invest in Nigeria, creating jobs, contributing to the economy. Indeed, the path to success is never easy. It is filled with trials and tribulations. But as Adenuga's story shows, it is not the challenges that defines us, but how we respond to them. Through it all, Adenuga has remained steadfast. His success, a testament to his resilience. Mike Adenuga's story is one of determination, ambition, and unparalleled success. As we delve into the legacy he has built, we uncover a narrative of resilience and visionary leadership that has left an indelible mark not only in Nigeria, but across the continent and the world. His journey from taxi driver to billionaire magnate continues to inspire a generation of entrepreneurs who dare to dream and strive for success against all odds. Adenuga's contribution to the Nigerian economy are monumental. His businesses, from telecoms to oil and gas, have created thousands of jobs, fueled economic growth, and contributed significantly to the country's GDP. His generous efforts, too, have transformed lives and communities, further cementing his legacy as a leader who not only builds businesses but also uplifts society. The respect for Adenuga is universal. From world leaders to business leaders, many acknowledged and admire his entrepreneurial acumen, his relentless drive, and his unwavering commitment to excellence. His name is synonymous with success, and his story is a testament to the power of vision, hard work, and tenacity. Mike Adenuga's story is a testament to the power of ambition. His journey from the humble beginning of taxi driving and petty trading paints a vivid picture of what tenacity can bring. He treaded the paths of uncertainty and risk, but his unyielding spirit guided him through the challenges. His ascent to the pinnacle of success, becoming one of Africa's wealthiest individuals, is an inspiration.
Adenuga likes singing one song. It's a miracle walking God. It's a miracle walking God. He's the Alpha and Omega. It's a miracle walking God. He loves him.
Bring to you the remarkable life of a Nigerian businesswoman who has overcome significant challenges to become one of the most successful entrepreneurs in Africa. Let me tell you about the strength, resilience, and passion for success of a woman who journeyed into the male-dominated world of oil exploration and production. A woman who displayed her love for philanthropic endeavors and her commitment to empowering others, particularly women and young people. This woman is Folorunsho Alakija. It takes only the brave, courageous, and smart-minded people to become rich and influential personalities in the world. In Africa, when we mention the names of rich and powerful women, you must mention the name Folorunsho Alakija, the richest woman in Africa. Her net worth, according to Forbes, is $1 billion. Now, how did she start? Let's take you down memory lane on the life of Folorunsho Alakija. Folorunsho Alakija was born on Sunday, 15th July 1951 to Chief L.A. Ogbara, her father, and Mrs. Ogbara, her mother, who is a businesswoman. She was born into a polygamous family of 8 wives and 52 children. Her mother was the first wife, and she was the 8th child of her mother. Young Folorunsho grew up at her family house located at Ido Oluwo Street, Ikorodu, Lagos. She had her nursery education at Our Lady of Apostles Nursery School, from 1955 to 1958, also in Lagos. At the age of 7, her parents enrolled her at a primary school in Wales called Dinoben School for Girls in Wales. She was in that boarding school for 4 years before she returned to Nigeria. After her primary education, she attended Muslim High School, Shagamu, Ogun State in 1963. Well, during the holidays, she would go to her mother's shop to participate in the textile business. She would learn about trading and marketing of textiles. Generally, she learned a lot of tricks about business. After graduation from high school, she enrolled at Pitman Central College, London, to study secretarial studies. In 1974, Folorunsho started her career working as an executive secretary at Sejuade Enterprises. After gaining some experience there, she moved on to First National Bank of Chicago, now First City Monuments Bank, working as the executive secretary to the managing director. Later, she was appointed the new head of the Corporate Affairs Department of the International Merchant Bank of Nigeria, formerly First National Bank of Chicago. She moved on in her career to become office assistant to the Treasury Department. After spending 12 years in the banking sector, Folorunsho traveled to London in 1984 to study fashion designing. She studied intensive courses in millinery and fashion design at the American College in London and the Central School of Fashion. When she returned to Nigeria, she established her fashion label called Supreme Stitches. Within 3 weeks of setting up her business, she was invited to take part in a fashion competition. Folorunsho won the competition that brought her straight into the limelight of the fashion industry in Nigeria. Prominent women from different parts of the country started making clothes with her. Her fashion company thrived successfully, and a few years later, she renamed it to the Rose of Sharon House of Fashion, making it a proper fashion line. As her success in fashion grew, she was later made national president of the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria, FADON, and a lifelong trustee of the association. By the early 1990s, Folorunsho decided it was time to expand her business tentacles to oil and gas. Her company, FAMFA Limited, was incorporated in September 1991. The company applied for an oil prospecting license, OPL, to explore a 617,000 acre block for oil, now OPL 216. In August 1993, the company was awarded the leasehold rights of OPL 216 oil block, and it was renamed officially. FAMFA Oil was changed to FAMFA Oil Limited. Its goal was to be the forefront of indigenous oil and gas exploration and production in Nigeria. Folorunsho got on board the exploration of a major deep water oil field located 1,500 meters off the Niger Delta, the Agbami field. She gained access by partnering with Star Deepwater Petroleum, a subsidiary of Texaco, through a joint venture agreement. FAMFA Oil Limited then appointed Star Deepwaters Petroleum as its official technical advisor for the OPL 216 exploration license. The company received 40% of FAMFA's 100% stake, while the remaining 60% was retained by FAMFA and the Alakija family. It was discovered in 1998 by Shell. Star Deepwaters Limited, an affiliate to Chevron, functions as the operator of the field. Through her company, FAMFA, Folorunsho and other companies are oil benefactors of the Agbami field. The Agbami field was first discovered in 1998 but only became active in 2008. Its operations will last throughout 2024. After a majority of its vast reserves would have been extracted, she had to fight back against the government in court for laying claims to a 50% stake in her company. It was initially a 40% stake, but the government later returned for an additional 10%, claiming that the company generated a revenue of $10 million from the oil block. Folorunsho felt it was unfair because her company had worked hard, invested everything in the business. When the fruits of their labor started to manifest, that's when the government took everything away. The Alakija family fought the government in court until they won on May 22nd, 2012. The first drilling of the Agbami well was done on 15th July 1998. The exploratory well was about 4,700 feet underwater, which was the deepest depth in Nigeria at that time. From the license application to the point of the company's first strike, there was an interval of 17 years. Today, Famfa Oil Limited is a leading oil and gas exploration company. Folorunsho Alakija has other businesses in property, real estate, and in printing. She owns Dayspring Property Development, a real estate company with investments in different parts of the world. She also owns Digital Reality Print Limited, a printing company and corporate services provider. And in the area of philanthropy, Folorunsho's success story would not be complete without mentioning how she wants to give back to society. She wants to help those in need. Hence, she started the Rose of Sharon Foundation, which was created in 2008. It is a registered faith-based NGO that has empowered widows and their families and orphans to be successful through education programs and scholarships up to the university level within the country, Nigeria. Through Famfa Oil Limited, Folorunsho also hands out yearly scholarships to 9,000 medical and engineering students across the nation. The foundation has also donated a total of 21 chest clinics for the treatment of tuberculosis in 21 states across Nigeria, including the Niger Delta region and Lagos State. They have successfully donated 4 e-libraries and 2 school libraries to schools within the nation. In addition, she has a foundation created to empower women called Flourish Foundation. It encourages women in their different careers and provides grants for female entrepreneurs who want to start a business. Folorunsho is also a writer and has written a few books. For instance, one of the books titled The Cry of Widows and Orphans and The University of Marriage, and also the Folorunsho Alakija Speaks, to mention a few. Now, Folorunsho's personal life would not be complete in this article without mentioning her husband, Mr. Modupe Alakija. Folorunsho and Modupe got married in November 1976. Their marriage is blessed with 4 sons and their grandchildren, and they reside in Lagos, Nigeria. Folorunsho holds so many awards and recognitions for her contribution to society. She holds 6 honorary degrees and a fellowship at the Yaba College of Technology. In July 2013, she was appointed as the Vice Chairman of Nigerian National Heritage Council and Endowment for Arts. She became the first female chancellor in Osun State University and Nigeria's first female chancellor on the 9th of March 2016. She is also one of the Lagos Business School's alumnus and a member of the Commonwealth and Investment Council Advisory Board. She is also an advisory board member for Center of African Studies, Harvard. On July 17, 2021, Benson Idahosa University, Benin City, bestowed on her an honorary doctorate degree in business administration. In conclusion, Folorunsho Alakija's story is a tale of hard work, determination, persistence, and courage. She was able to build up her marriage, raise an upstanding family, and build her empire. She also faced challenges in her life, but she conquered these challenges. She is living proof that success is not limited by gender, age, nationality, or financial backgrounds, but rather success is the product of courage to take risks and stand up strong in the face of adversity.
When you visit Lagos for the first time and Google fun or recreational places in the city, at the top of that list will be Freedom Park. Located in Lagos Island on Broad Street, Freedom Park over the years has become home to the Nigerian arts and the culture at large. From annual big shows like the Lagos Theatre Festival, Celebration at the Lagos Poetry Festival, to local festivals that celebrate literature, music and arts. Freedom Park is one of the most visited recreational sites in Lagos, for both local and tourist people alike. A place to mingle, unwind, or simply just have fun. Freedom Park, however, hasn't always been a place of fun and games. It has a history that dates to 1861, when Lagos was made a British colony. In 1885, Freedom Park was built as a fortified prison from imported bricks. It was referred to as Her Majesty's Broad Street Prison. Some prominent political prisoners were held in the prison, people such as Herbert Macaulay, Michael Imodu, and Obafemi Awolowo. In 1979, Her Majesty's Broad Street Prison was destroyed, reduced to a dumping ground. It was later rebuilt in the 1990s, celebrated in 2010, Nigeria's 50th Independence Day. Freedom Park still holds a bit of its history within its walls. In the museum where there are pictures and artifacts. Some of the old prison facilities have been converted into leisure facilities that people visit and enjoy today.
Muhammad Yunus was born on the 28th of June 1940 in the village of Batwa, Chittagong, a British Indian colony which is currently known as Bangladesh. He attended Lama Bazar Primary and Secondary School in his village and passed the matriculation examination into Chittagong Collegiate School, where he ranked 16th out of 39,000 students. After his graduation in 1961, Yunus joined the Bureau of Economics as a research assistant and was later appointed lecturer of economics at the Chittagong College. During that time, he also set up a profitable packaging factory on the side. In 1965, he received a Fulbright scholarship to study in the United States, where he obtained his PhD in economics from the Vanderbilt University Graduate Program in Economic Development. Between 1969 and 1972, after his keen education excellence of apex heights and proportions in the United States, he returned home and was appointed professor of economics at the University of Chittagong. He was eventually appointed onto the board of directors to the United Nations Foundation, where he served for 33 years. When Bangladesh suffered a famine in 1974, Yunus felt he had to do something for the very poor. In his country, he founded the Grameen Bank. His motivation was to create economic and social development for the very poor, giving long-term loans to those who wanted to start small enterprises to pay back when they can. The aim to help was to get many of them out of poverty. For this, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006. Muhammad Yunus is a recipient of numerous international awards for his ideas and endeavors, including the Humanitarian Award in 1993, World Food Prize in 1994, Independence Day Award in 1987, Bangladesh's highest award, the King Hussein Humanitarian Leadership Award in 2000. He was also awarded the Volvo Environment Prize in 2003, Nikkei Asia Prize for Regional Growth in 2004, Franklin D. Roosevelt Freedom Award in 2006, as well as the Souq Peace Prize in the same year. All humans are born entrepreneurs, he would always fondly say. His heart showed through his everyday life.
What keeps the heartbeat of a community alive? Is it the courage to create, the power to connect, the vision to transform? Well, it's all of this and more. It's a symphony of ideas, innovation, and industry. But where do these stories come alive? It's right here on The Isle, 104.9 FM, the station where dreams meet action and growth finds its voice. The Isle, 104.9. Business, economy, development. Stay tuned.
We've got just what you need right here at Femi Wash Media. Call it the Midas Touch and you wouldn't be wrong. Let us record, produce, mix and master your audio like nobody does. Reach us on our contact today for the best quality job.
My hello,